So if we have a look at how we add and edit foam. So here we've got the internal design of a case. We already have some foam placed in there, referencing against panels and against work planes. So we'll just rewind it a bit. We're going to delete a few bits of foam. So we can multi-select these two pieces of foam, for example, and then we can either leave it on this select function, or we can actually choose a number of other things that the program senses that we're trying to do. So we'll leave it on these two parts. We can delete those two pieces of foam. So if I just hide for now these work planes, just to give us a slightly clearer shot, you can look from above and you can see that we have the 25mm front and back. We've got foam in our compartment, a divide, and we already have this foam down at this far end, which we can swivel around and see. So we're just going to recreate more of that same foam there. And the way we're doing that is placing the foam in and then referencing an end face to a partition or a face or a divide or a work plane. So we have a look. We have these two work planes, and you will see that they are in line with those work planes. So what we're going to do is over to our foam, we'll choose 50mm foam, and the program now wants you to click on a face. And what will happen is when I click on this face, the program will sense the maximum size this piece of foam can be before it clashes with another panel or foam. So that has sensed the biggest size it can be. I could add another one on top if I wanted to, but I'm just going to stick to one. So we'll move into the edit mode here, select to edit. I'm going to click on this piece, get hold of the end, click on that, and then reference and snap it to this work plane. And it is now snapped this end face to the work plane. Green tick, all done. We'll do the same on the other side. So what we're going to do is add a piece of foam to the other side now. We can click on this face. That will sense how big it can be. We need to select to edit. We'll click, and it's now trying to get hold of a face. So I'm going to right click over this face, select other custom graphics, and that will highlight that end face. That's telling me it's got it. I'm going to click on the work plane, and the foam is now snapped to that work plane. And now there we have our foam placed. If I wanted to change the size of this foam, the easiest way to do this in this design environment is to edit the work plane that it's attached to. This work plane is reference 50mm off of an invisible work plane that is currently hidden. So I could actually make that 70mm, and the work plane will move, and then so too will the foam update. If I wanted to shorten the foam, I would need a work plane in there to do that. So I can create a new work plane. I could take maybe, let's bring in our default work planes, and we'll choose this lower one. And I'm going to come down by 60mm. I've now got a new work plane down here. As you've seen in other videos, we can just call this any name. Doesn't matter really, as long as it's something that means something to your design. Click on it and create. That now means I can hide the visibility of that work plane. So into our edit mode, click on our piece of foam. It's ready for me to highlight that top face, and I'm going to snap it to this new work plane, and it is now snapped to the work plane. Clean up the visuals by removing some of these work planes, and if I move my work plane, so it's currently minus 60, at minus 30, you'll see that the foam moves with the work plane.